Hi everyone, that's everyone doing? Nice of you to join me at work today. This is the site I'm on today. Just looking after the pump house, but I've got a little bit of a problem, and that's why I'm here today. Not just doing the service inspection on the pumps and the whole sprinkler system, but when I got here and I scaled the ladders to inspect the tank, the suction tank, which is the holding tank for the sprinkler water, which is here. And this is a big tank, very, very big. But if someone turns off the water supply on the road, it's just a matter of time basically before those 3 diesel pumps, when they run every week, will use the water that's in that storage tank to the point where the pumps will run dry. So I was a bit curious. I thought I'll go and have a look at the bowl valve, which is up here. So I'll just set you up with me first, and then we'll get back and we'll talk about the shunning that is happening within the apostate community, or the XJWs. You think of shunning and you think, oh, that's only referring to the Jehovah's Witnesses. But there are shunnings going on, but it's a different type of shunning that the apostate community are doing. Usually the shunning is a case of, you may leave a comment, they may not like that comment because you're not praising them, or you're not wrapping a £10 note in your comment and giving it to them, and so they won't acknowledge your comment. It may not be a particularly bad comment, it might not be scathing or hurtful, it's just that it's not massaging their ego. It's not telling them how wonderful they are. It's actually telling them they might be wrong on a couple of things which they don't want to hear. Right, we've got to the top of the ladder now, and we'll just have a quick look inside. There we go. So I got here today, I inspected this, and I thought, oh Jesus, there's no bloody water coming out of it. So some idiot has isolated the supply. Right, here we are, right on top of the world. Titanic. Right, let's go and hit the descent now. Put everything back to normal. Come on, get down there, you. There we go. Come on this descent with me. It's not easy. You're supposed to have 3 points of contact, according to health and safety, when you're going up a ladder. Isn't that what they say? 3 points of contact? It's all in the RAMs, isn't it? At the moment, I'm probably breaking all the health and safety rules because I've only got one spare arm. So it's a bit of a naughty thing I'm doing, seeing as I do risk assessments. Quite many risk assessments, method statements, and evaluate the risk of everything before I undertake a job, and here I am breaking all the bloody health and safety rules under the sun, simply because I want to get some footage. How irresponsible of me. Whoops, that last one almost caught me out. Right, so going back to the pump house now, and hopefully we can continue this conversation about some people that have brought it to my attention, and I've noticed it myself, so it's not as if they're speaking out of turn. And they have brought it to my attention that when they leave comments, and quite articulate comments, so these people are saying that they leave comments and they're quite articulate, these comments, but they don't get a tick of approval from the ex-YouTube Jehovah's Witness person in question. I'm not naming anybody. I think it's a pointless task. As most people know anyway who you're referring to when you sort of offer a few circumstances and events. They kind of think, oh, he's talking about what's the name, innit? So I don't really need to say who it is, but it seems as if you're only going to get a reply or a like or a little love heart. I don't know what they do they? A little, I love your comment because you just massaged my ego, you've made me feel really, really good now. But if you say something where you don't massage someone's ego, and you say something to the contrary of the point they're trying to make, that doesn't mean you hate that person. It just means that you don't feel as if they've grasped the whole situation. They're only seeing it from their point of view. But it certainly doesn't mean that you hate them. But in return, because you're not massaging that ex-Jehovah's Witness person, you're not telling him how wonderful he is, he never ever replies to you. And effectively, he shuns you. Because that's what he's doing. You will notice that he will comment all around your one comment. You'll see above you and below you that he has sent a like for approval. But on your comment, because he doesn't like you, and because he has effectively shunned you, he will not tick it as approved or say that he loves the comment. Well, quite honestly, what you can read into this really is that certain people are licking boot laces nearly all the time, and others would never stoop to those things. You don't have to lick the bootlace of anybody on YouTube. You just need to say whether you think they've got that point right or whether they've got it wrong, and just point it out to them. You don't have to be swearing at them, calling them fit to burn. You don't need to do any of that. If you just don't share their opinion and you feel as if you want to tell them, you can do it in a really tactful and polite way. But it is it's worrying that they can't just see your comment and think, well, that's fair enough. He didn't quite get it, or he didn't quite understand what I was driving at. But just to ignore you, completely blank you, and that's what's going on, you make no mistake about it. These apostates out there, they choose to shun people and they're doing it. At least with the Jehovah's Witnesses shun you, you know that they're doing it in their own words to hope that you come to your senses. So what is the apostate's excuse for shunning someone else, an ex-JW? Does that give him some kind of huge ego boost because he's able to do that? Does he actually think that he's right above everybody else? And so if you don't share that opinion that he's driving on that website at the time, if you don't share his opinion, he just blanks you. But I think that says more about him than it says about the person who's trying to make a comment. I think if you're trying to make a comment, you're at least showing a bit of humility, aren't you? You want an answer. You're asking for an answer. But if that person is just not even willing to give you that answer, then he's only pandering to those that are licking his bootlaces, those that love him. He seems to be looking after only those that maybe are wrapping £10 notes up in every comment that they post. Because that's the way I see it. You tell me it's not like that. You show me where someone has received a reply back on a live stream without making money donations. Or has he just skirted over the ones that don't pay? Yeah. Is he becoming a cult leader? Probably. Everything I hate about cult leaders, and yet I'm seeing it within the ex-JW community. But I'm seeing it from someone who doesn't even believe in God anymore. But he's quite prepared to make money on the back of his former religion, making a lot of money on the back of his former religion, might I add. Selling merchandise left, right and centre. Yes, you don't have to buy it. Purely voluntary, and I never would buy any merchandise from any ex-JW because I'm not going to put money into his account. Why should I? No, that's not right. Sometimes you have to say what is on your mind. Far too many people just won't say what they're feeling. But you need to say it. You'll feel better for it. Does it matter if people say, you're talking bollocks? What are you talking about? He does this, he does that. No, he doesn't. He does everything because he's making a business out of it. Pure and simple. He's a merchant. That's what it is all about. Making money and pretending to help people. Very good disguise. But I was fooled for at least 5 minutes when I first started posting, and I was fooled for 5 minutes, and I thought, just like everybody else, he was doing all right. But then he let his guard down, and I saw the real him. And now I'll never change my mind. Now I know that he effectively sees himself as a cult leader.